guys, good afternoon, good morning, good night, whatever time it is in the world and wherever you are watching this. And first of all, just want to wish you an amazing day. If you are going to bed and you're watching this late at night, I hope you have a good night's sleep and tomorrow is good for you as well. The purpose of this video is that I've not done any YouTube uploads in a while. I've done a few little short Facebook videos here and there. The reason behind that is I've only just got a GoPro this year. I've never really done video editing or filming or anything like that, so this is all quite new for me. And I've been running into issues with memory cards, with batteries, you name it, I've encountered the problem. I had a load of footage recorded to upload, and then I couldn't physically get it off of the memory cards because my previous small sort of action camera was a different brand and the memory card got corrupted. But anyway, I've reset my phone now, so my phone can now record videos again. I think I've got about 30 gigabytes of space on the phone, and I've got this little camera as well, which is running low on battery, so I'm going to try and make this video as quick as possible. So the purpose of the video really is to just kind of do a wellness update. You know, I haven't uploaded a video to YouTube in 3 or 4 months. The last time I uploaded a video, we were out of lockdown, and the video I uploaded was actually a lockdown protest that I went to document. Loads of interesting opinions there. There was a few former NHS staff that have actually been struck off for some of the things that they've been saying, so I was interested to hear what they had to say and to find out about that process with the GMC, the Medical Council. And prior to that, about 8 months ago, I released a video announcing that I was going to do a comedy event where I'd be raising money for cancer research, and essentially I paid, I think, £200 for the training and to have people to have tickets for people to come and view it. Sadly, obviously because of lockdown, the training got cancelled, and you know, the event's been postponed until next year now. So the charity event will still happen. I am still going to get on stage in front of God knows how many people. I am going to do a little comedy set, which I'm looking forward to. We're back in lockdown at the moment, so it is towards the end of November now. I believe we're about 8 days away from potentially the lockdown being lifted on December the 2nd. So yeah, the lockdown protests that I've seen on Facebook and that I documented earlier on in the year, evidently the protest hasn't worked. You know, the government still went into lockdown. You know, it started off with a 3 or 4 tier system and then progressed into a national lockdown. I've heard all sorts of new terminology like fire break, circuit break. You know, it can be quite confusing, I think, in the media with all these different terminologies and strategies and, you know, localized situations. But hopefully, as we progress through this situation, things are going to get a little more clearer. There's been a lot in the news lately about the vaccines. I'm going to talk about that a bit more in a moment. But yeah, that's essentially the situation. As far as a wellness check goes, a couple weeks ago I had an extremely low period. I was on, in September and October, a completely organic diet, completely vegan, you know, high levels of nutrition, high levels of health. I was doing yoga, I was doing fitness, and I was feeling good. And then I started running low on the student funding, and I went on to more sort of processed food, frozen food, you know, dried food, less organic food, less healthy options really. And in doing so, I was just feeling less energetic. Instead of coming home from work and doing yoga and doing fitness, it's a bit colder now. I was, you know, watching Netflix, playing Xbox. I just generally took a giant slump with my mental health. Wasn't feeling motivated, wasn't feeling particularly well, lots of negative self-talk. And after, you know, a chat with some family and friends, they suggested having a little bit of time off. And I had a week off of placement, which done me the world of good. Managed to spend some time with people that I haven't seen in a long time. So yeah, that definitely for me helped bring me back up. I'm back eating again. You know, I went through a period of time of not being able to eat, not being able to sleep. I'm back eating good food again. I'm back sleeping as well as I can again, and I'll go through a few of the things that are helping me do that later. So yeah, that's it for the wellness check. Things seem to be going in the right direction. I've got study plans, I've got nutrition plans, I've got fitness plans. I just need to make sure that I stay consistent in following them. Another thing I thought, obviously, maybe some people know on my social media, maybe some people don't know. When I originally moved to Birmingham from the southwest of England, I had a partner that I came here with who was training to be a teacher. They're sadly no longer training to be a teacher here and no longer living with me, and we have separated. That was also part of the reason that I was feeling quite low, but as I've started to get used to living alone throughout the lockdown, I have felt a lot of personal growth, which, you know, when I was 19 I moved out, and I've had a housemate every year since. This is the first time in my life I've actually lived without a housemate. which initially was kind of hard to get used to, coming home and there not being anyone to talk to about my day, and eating dinner alone and stuff like that was all very new for me. And especially during this lockdown period, there's so many changes going on in my life, it did get quite overwhelming. But I am starting to feel a lot better about it now, and having that independence, having that time alone has actually given me the ability to get back into some older hobbies, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. So yeah, I have still been, I've got a support bubble, so I've got a friend called Mike that I'm in a band with. We'll rehearse occasionally together. He plays the guitar and I'm on the drums. I've recently purchased a drum kit, so I went and got a drum kit recently that I can play during lockdown. I haven't had any noise complaints from the neighbours yet, so that's good. And I think the next door neighbour actually plays guitar, so yeah, maybe we'll even have a jam sometime. I haven't played drums since school, so having a drum kit, having the sticks, coming home and just smashing them up after a day of being in theatre is a really nice sort of therapeutic release for me. I've also bought a microphone, quite a sort of expensive sort of entry-level microphone called a Blue Yeti microphone, so I am going to be doing a product review on that, learning how to use that, trying to maybe do some sort of podcasts, maybe use it for recording music, possibly some live streaming for like gaming and stuff. I've seen people doing live streaming for gaming. I enjoy playing games, and if I play them anyway, I might as well live stream it and get a bit more engagement and learn some other skills. So yeah, got the drums on the go, got the new microphone, I've got a little kind of recording studio soundproofer thing that goes on it, like a pop filter type thing, with some foam that wraps around it, and I've also bought some decks as well. So I've got a set of Pioneer DJ 200 decks. They're Bluetooth decks. You can DJ stream, so you can stream music from sort of SoundCloud, Beatport, Spotify, not actually having to physically download the music yourself, which I think is amazingly handy. I am going to try and build up a library of songs again, just purely based on some of the older stuff that I like, and I like physically being able to take my music around. Let's say I go to a house party that's not got internet, I can then play it off my hard drive. So hopefully you'll see some small sort of mini mixes from me in future, possibly some live sets. Now, one thing I want to mention, if you've paid attention this long, is that my YouTube channel only has something like 20 or 30 subscribers, and to do live streaming on YouTube you do need 1,000. So I'm going to ask you now, if you're watching this, if you're watching it on Facebook or any other kind of social media, click on the YouTube link in the post, go to my channel, subscribe to it, give the video a like, and then once I've got 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I can then start doing the live streams on YouTube, which is really where I want to be. I can live stream on Facebook, but it's not the platform that I want to be hosting my video content on. The Facebook page, guys, thank you so much for liking the Facebook page. I've got over 110 likes on that now, which may not sound like a lot in comparison to, some other pages and social media things out there. But as far as like NHS student sort of wellness, health, kind of mental health, life vloggers go, I haven't seen anyone else doing what I'm doing at the moment. And the hospital I work in actually saw the videos that I was doing and said, they're so motivational, we're really enjoying them, like, would you be interested in being part of our recruitment team and being almost like a face for student ODPs, and we can do some video content and share that on our NHS social medias. So I'm going to hopefully be joining sort of like the recruitment team soon. In future, I'm open to that, and I'd really like the idea of getting more people involved in the NHS and what it is that we do in theatres. So one thing I'm going to mention as well is that if I am doing product reviews, let's say I'm reviewing my vegan protein powder, I'm reviewing the use of this GoPro, I'm reviewing my new microphone or my new decks, I am going to be an affiliate for these products. Now what that means is that if you buy products through the links that I share, you're not going to be paying any extra for these products. In fact, you may even get a discount or save money, because I've got a few sort of special deals of some of the products that I'm working with. So it'll either cost exactly the same, or it'll be the cheapest that I can find on the internet, on the market, or it will have some kind of discount, possibly a substantial discount as well for some of the brands I'm working with. Now the reason I mention this is that if you're buying things on Amazon, or you want to try out some of the things that I'm trying out, if you buy them through the links that I share, you will be supporting the channel indirectly. So you won't be paying any money, it's not going to cost you any more, but money will go towards the channel that I'm running and towards the equipment that I've invested into and trying to carry on these videos. Black Friday is this weekend. If there's anything you're planning to buy on Amazon, a camera, a new game, an Xbox console or anything like that, if there's anything you're planning on buying for Christmas for people through Amazon, please contact me, please let me know, and I can generate you a link that will then essentially provide my channel a donation free of charge. So it's not going to cost you any extra. I'm essentially a middleman bringing traffic to Amazon and their products, and so if there's anything that you are intending to buy, let me know. I'll generate you a link, and then that will help this channel running, and I'll be able to buy more equipment and you know, maybe do some more video projects. I'm going to be doing videos on fitness, on yoga, on wellness, on sleep, on nutrition, on veganism. I am actually flexitarian, so I do occasionally have dairy products or meat products, but I don't really buy them. It's more friends or family or restaurant situations. I am a big believer of animals are friends, not food, but there is the occasional time that I will have an animal product, and that's not something that I want any flack for. It's not something that I want to be attacked for. That's my life choice. I would say that I'm 95% vegan, and the other 5% is purely an occasion, and obviously things like, you know, vitamin B and, you know, other essential minerals and nutrients and stuff like that. So I've recently completed my level 4 scrub assessment as an ODP, which is an operating department practitioner, and I've completed my level 4 anaesthetic placement as well as a ODP. I completed the scrub placement in renal theatres and burn theatres, and renal's obviously kidneys, and I completed the anaesthetic placement in neuro theatres. So I've been working with, obviously, in brain surgery. I've seen some crazy things, you know, that I never thought that I would see. Not only removing things like cancer and tumours, but, you know, like trauma. So people that have maybe come off their bike, or a car crash, or you know, an attack, physical violence from one person to another, a head injury or a wound. So I've really seen a range of things during this anaesthetic placement that have truly opened up my eyes as a student ODP. And some of the clinical things I've worked with in the sort of the CT department, in the angio department. I've been working with arterial lines and central venous pressure lines, rapid infusers, cell savers, which is a machine that recycles blood for people. So yeah, this anaesthetic placement has truly been awesome. Again, I said I'm going to try and keep this video short, and I can see the battery's running low. So yeah, I'm going to be doing videos on my nutritional and sort of diet and information. I drink this stuff called green water. It's basically normal water that's got a green powder in it that's got about 20 different high alkaline ingredients. So this is helping me reduce my caffeine intake. It increases my focus, increases my energy, and basically means that I don't need to drink as much caffeine, meaning that I should be able to sleep better in the evenings. The kind of next lifestyle change that I want to implement is I want to start waking up at 5 AM and doing yoga in the morning and doing some revision for my exams in January in the morning. So far I've managed a bit of yoga here and there, but actually revising before I go to work in the mornings isn't something that I've got onto, so that's definitely something that I want to start implementing soon. Dates, I may be having a housemate next year, which is very exciting for me. The band member Michael I mentioned earlier may well be moving in next year. We've discussed sort of the rent and you know, possibly him working at the hospital that I work in over the road, so that's all good things to look forward to. The only problem is the house is a bit cold at the moment. One of the windows is broken. I've spoken to the landlord. Next week we should be having our second quote done for how much the window will cost to replace, and with any luck we'll have the window replaced before Christmas, just so it's not so cold in the room that I'm trying to do my studying in at the moment. I've done a study plan, so I've got a study plan in place at the moment. I'm going to be doing a fitness plan and a meal plan as well, just so that everything's regimented, organised, and I just don't have to think too much. I can just follow a routine. So yeah, essentially, if you've watched this video, I would really love it if you can go to my YouTube channel and click subscribe. Oh look, there's a little squirrel over there. Gotta love that. So yeah, I'd love it if you could go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. If you haven't already liked the Facebook page, give that a big fat like. I am going to be removing that was fun, one bastard. So I am going to be removing my Facebook profile fairly soon. I think it's something like 35 days or something like that until I remove my Facebook page. So the reason behind that is just that these companies have so much data on us and so much tracking and so much power and control. And I don't know if you've seen the thing on Netflix called The Social Dilemma, but it explains, former members of these companies explain how they design these apps to basically absorb as much of our time as possible and to advertise to us as much as possible. And I'm not particularly someone that scrolls an awful lot, but you know, there has been occasions where I've spent, you know, half an hour, 2 hours just sat glued to my phone. And it's not a lifestyle that I want or that I'm interested in. I like being physically active, I like being mentally active. It's scientifically proven that social media can damage your mental health. Someone in my position that likes to do what I do and has lived with depression since he was 13 just doesn't need that toxicity in my life. So I'm going to be doing away with Facebook. I'm going to create a couple fake accounts just so that I can keep in contact with some people and continue running my social media pages. But yeah, I'll be coming off Facebook on the 1st of January. I'm currently learning how to download all of my data off of Facebook, so I've still got a copy of everything I've ever posted and uploaded and shared before I actually remove it. And then I will be doing a video series on the entire removal of my personal social media as well. Hopefully that may inspire a few other people to do the same. If you find yourself feeling like you're spending a lot of time on social media, you can log on to the apps, go to your screen time and see physically how much time you're putting into them. And then that's time you could be putting into getting qualified, getting educated, getting fit, you know, socialising when we're allowed to socialise again, or even just going out into nature. Like, I mean, I could have just sat at home and done this video, but I really wanted to use some of the free time that I've actually got outside of the house to be outside in nature. So yeah, we're going to be coming off of Facebook. My friend Mike I mentioned earlier, who's in the band and possibly moving in, is looking to do the same. He's already experimented and dabbled with removing a few of the apps. And then next year in the summer, I'm going to be doing some videos on organic gardening, so growing your own food. It's been reported that we've had quite poor crops this year due to the weather and due to farming implications around the world and due to transport implications. So there will possibly be food shortages and supply shortages next year. So last year I grew 100 different potatoes, 100 different onions, and this year I really want to up it. So Concep itself is going to have like a gardening aspect to it. It's going to have a fitness aspect to it. It's going to have my university aspect. I recently applied for a job, talking about the vaccines, I recently applied for a job to assist with the vaccine rollout program. And that may sound quite controversial to some of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook. The good can infiltrate the bad and the bad can infiltrate the good, and I don't want to listen to necessarily internet opinions when I've got the ability to be on the front line and find things out from doctors to help patients that choose to have the vaccine and that possibly may need the vaccine because of their comorbidities, to keep them protected. And yeah, so this is something that I'm looking into at the moment. May well be getting trained as someone that's going to help during the vaccine rollout, and that's going to be a great learning opportunity for me. It's obviously a once in a lifetime experience, and it gives me access in real life, IRL, in person, to the situation, so that I don't have to rely on the news, I don't have to rely on social media and possibly fake news and all the rest of it. And obviously I will be documenting exactly what I get up to, what kind of training I receive, what I see and how I feel after those kind of shifts. So that's again another development. There's a lot going on in the world at the moment. There's a lot going on with me. I'm trying to keep busy. I'm going to possibly be doing the live stream gaming. I'm possibly going to be in a band, possibly going to be having like a little mini kind of gardening channel, and obviously just the kind of wellness and the self-help. Like, I do these videos for me. I'm doing this as an outlet. I'm doing this to keep me busy, to keep me focused, to have something to work on around my studies and around my student life and my personal life. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that got in touch. So many people got in touch when I said I wasn't feeling good, when I stopped doing the videos, and so many people said, carry on doing your videos, carry on doing your motivational memes. I love seeing you on camera talking to us and telling us about what's going on. So rest assured, no matter what happens, I'm not not going to stop doing this.